See, it's 10 o'clock, that's the problem. How many of you did I see last night until 2:30 in the morning, right? It was so funny. I was telling, this is my bro right here. This is Christian. Awesome name. Hi, Christian. Christian, you want to tell us a little bit about your addiction problem? So we did the concert last night, and then I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it, like, oh my gosh, we have to go all the way down to Hall C. I was like, nobody's gonna come. It's 12:30 already, you know, nobody's gonna walk all that way. They're like, forget it. And, but we got down there, and thank you guys for coming down. You made my day. And before I forget, I mentioned this last night, but I want to mention it again because I'm so excited about it. And Winry, hi. Sorry, ADD. Dark. Sorry. Never follow okay. I have been working on a new CD for the last year. I wanted to do a CD of like, okay, let me start over. There's so much I want to tell you. Can I just say, this is my favorite hour of the convention, where I get to just, like, have my own panel to just talk with you guys about anything and everything. And so when I saw that it was 10 a.m., I was like, oh, no one's gonna come. So thank you for being here again. We're gonna have a good time. A lot of fun stuff to talk about today. But let me start with this because I'm so excited and disappointed at the same time. A fan a few years ago made an amazing remix of one of my songs. Some of you guys that are familiar with my music know a song that I did called Nothing I Won't Give. Well, this girl asked me, wrote me an email and said, can I do a remix of this song for you? It's like, heck yes, sure. I love it. So she did it, and it's freaking amazing. It's really cool. I mean, high energy, kicking like a great club mix, you know, like a rave kind of a tune, you know? I don't even know what that means, but it's really cool. So then my girl started saying, hey, you ought to make a whole CD like this. You ought to take some of your more popular songs from your other CDs and make remixes of them. And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. And so I started that process. But then I started thinking, you know, there are a few songs that I've written and recorded and produced that aren't on any of my other CDs, so I should put those on there. And then I thought, now, there are a few anime-related songs that I have sung that a lot of the fans know about. Brothers. From Full Metal. There's a character song from Ouran High School called Guilty Beauty Love. Is that ever the Tamaki title of the planet? Guilty Beauty Love. I can just, it's so him. And then the third one was a song from an older series that I love, Dean Angel, the theme from Dean Angel. Hey, Britt. Say good morning to Britt. Hi, Britt. Hi, Britt. Britt's like, shut up. I hate everyone before 10 a.m. And so I started a very long process of trying to get permission to record these songs. Because, as you can imagine, they're all copyrighted by the people in Japan that wrote them. And it's not like, you know, Bon Jovi that's 2 states away and you apply for a mechanical license and you record the song and he gets 10 cents on the song and boom, you know, bada bing, it's easy. It's not like that. When it's abroad, when it's a foreign publishing company that owns the rights, it's really hard to find out who in the world they are, then to try to contact them, and then to get permission to record them. So, I don't want to take too long, because this is my favorite time, remember? But I'm so excited. I got permission from the Japanese to record all 3 of those songs. And they're all on the new CD. And I've been working on it for the last almost year. I finished it up, and my goal was to premiere it last night at the concert. I paid the company extra money to get the CDs pressed and shipped here on time, so they would get here on Friday for my concert, and guess what?
FedEx screwed it up.
More. So suffice it to say, they didn't show up yesterday, and I was on the phone with FedEx using words my mother would be ashamed of. No, I didn't, but I was tempted to. I was thinking them. So the latest word from FedEx was that they're supposed to arrive by 10 a.m. this morning. So I sent my other trusted compadre, Justin, down to check. If they do, I'd love to show you one. I'm very excited about it. And then I will have them at the autograph session immediately after this panel. As soon as we're done here, I'm going right back down to La Table in Jose, and we'll be there to sign. So if I missed anybody, the CDs that I had last night, I think I have 5 left. So I would love for you to have them, the cheapest CDs ever, good original music, $10, and as I always say, if you don't like the music, they make a great coaster. Or take a little jigsaw to one and make a cool ninja star. Yeah. Okay, let's get started. I have, hold on. Crazy.
Take it all off.
Stay. Okay. He's like, dude, take me with you. You will stay. You, watch him. Okay, I have a present. First of all, I have free stuff for you. Before you do that, let me tell you what it is, because you may not want it. Not all free stuff is good stuff. This, however, no, it's not Milky Way, believe me. I have a refrigerator of Milky Way. Really. About a year ago, I started thinking, maybe 2 years, I started thinking, you know, I would love to do something to give back to you guys, just as a way of saying thank you for how supportive and kind you've been, encouraging of my work over the years. And I started thinking, what could I do that I could give back? And a lot of you who've done any kind of research about me on the internet know that my faith is very important to me. And so I thought, you know, why not give something back than something that's very precious to me, right? So I started this project, and it took me a long time. I have a studio in my home, and every once in a while, when I had some free time, I would go in, and over the course of about 6 months, I recorded the entire Gospel of John from the Bible. Now, before your mind starts spinning out, no, it's not. Oh, great, that's all I ever wanted, Vic. Edward Elric reading the King James Version of the Bible. I mean, can you, whosoever believeth? No. However, there's a really awesome translation called The Message, which is very contemporary, the way we talk. I mean, it's so cool, you guys. It's like, instead of having these lofty images of these people in robes and, forsooth, verily did the Lord smite the Israelites, great was the pain thereof. I mean, that kind of language that kind of just, don't get it, didn't catch it. It's like, and God was ticked off. You know what I mean? Or Jesus really liked that guy. I mean, it's really great contemporary. And so I used that translation. And then, of course, I did do some little voice stuff with the characters. You know, you got your Pharisees, you got your disciples, and you got Mary Magdalene, and those, you know, right? No, I'm sorry to say, no, Jesus does not sound like Tamaki. Although that would be rather interesting. But I did it, and then I got done. Now, you guys, there's like 21 chapters, or 23, in the book. It took a long time to do this. And when I got about 10 chapters in, I'm like, why did I ever start this? It takes so long to do. But I finished it, and then I thought, what would make it easier to listen to? Because I wanted it to be like an audiobook. And so you know what I did? I went all the way back to the beginning, and I played the piano underneath the whole thing. So, you know, it's underscoring, you know what I mean? Like underscoring the mood of the chapter, whatever was going on. And it turned out really good, you guys. I mean it. It's really fun to listen to. And then I had friends of mine, we all contributed our own money to have lots of them pressed, because this crazy CD companies, they charge you. Can you believe it? They actually charge you to make stuff like this. But we all did this so that I could give them to you for free. So I'll have these at the autograph session. There are actually 2 discs in here because the whole book won't even fit on one disc. So these are free. If you would like to have one, I would love for you to have one. At autographs, they'll be on the table. All I would ask is this: if you take it, listen to it. Don't just take it because it's like some flyer somebody's handing out. Ooh, free Yowie. Whatever, you know, and then you toss it away. Oh, so party. Forget that. But it took a lot of work and a lot of love and time and attention went into making it. So if you take one, I'm happy for you to have one. I brought them for you. But if you take one, please listen to it, okay? Who would like this one? Okay, now let's talk about anime. Let me tell you what I'm working on right now, since somebody will say, what are you working on right now? As you know, tonight, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood premieres on Cartoon Network. We're so excited. Yeah, so we're still working on that. We're in the middle of recording that. It's so funny because we record really fast, and then we catch up with the Japanese. And they're like, we're not done with new episodes yet. So we basically go, wait for them to kick out a few more episodes, then we jump in, and then we just wait until they make more. So we're working on those right now as they complete more. Bleach. Any Bleach fans here? Any bald Bleach fans here? Yeah, Baldy. Love him. And Ikuku's my fave. Naruto, you know. Believe it. Excuse me. I've just got done playing a couple of characters, and there are some more that are coming up in Naruto that I'm doing. Let's see what else. Oh my gosh, right? Soul Eater. Great show. I love Death Sight. He was a nutcase. He's like a blend. Somebody wrote me, some fan wrote me the other day, goes, I just watched Soul Eater, and it's really great, and Death Sight reminds me of like a blend between Tamaki and Kurt Weber from Full Metal Panic. And I was like, I'm really scared that you're right. You are right on target with that. He's like the romantic Tamaki with the perviness of Kurt Weber. So, like if Tamaki, could you imagine if somebody gave Tamaki a gun though? It's like, here, you're now a sniper. He would be like, oh no, I don't think so. I'm a sniper of love. Shot to the heart, and you're to blame. You give the host club a bad name. Okay, that went way too far. Okay, so what else? Gosh, a lot of things. Can I tell you something? Yes. I'm not allowed to tell you something. I'm working on something new that I'm very excited about. OMG. We'll find out soon enough. Oh, no. I'm just letting you know that I'm excited about it. And you'll know when it's announced. But let's see, what else? Oh, okay. Well, there are several anime things that I'm working on, but the way this business works, you guys, is they'll cast you in something, and then they don't want you to talk about it until they decide how to release it or how to market it. So sometimes we'll be working on a show. We were almost done with Soul Eater before they even allowed us to talk about Soul Eater. So unfortunately, you know, we kind of get our hands tied with what they call NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, which you must sign when you get cast. They do this with video games all the time. Yeah. And the sad thing about video games is they take even longer to release than anime. So like, I've done this. I've worked on a video game, and it took so long for it to be released, I forgot that I even did it. And then somebody will come up and go, I loved your work and whatever. And I'm like, oh, is that out now? Oh, what is that? What's my character look like? You know, they're like showing me pictures and stuff. Because it takes so long to get all of the rest of the programming and stuff done for a video game. And the voices are usually one of the first things they lay down. So there are several shows that I cannot talk about yet, but I'm very excited about. Let me just take 1 minute to tell you something else that I'm so jazzed about. I am, without question, the world's biggest original series Star Trek fan. I mean, like, the original, okay? The movie was nice and all that, but there's only one Captain Kirk, and it's William Shatner. Only one. I'm serious. And, I mean, Leonard Nimoy is Mr. Spock. That's just the end of it. I'm sorry. That's just me. I grew up. You see you guys in your awesome costumes, and the way you love anime, and the passion you have for building props and costumes from anime. That was me at your age, only with Star Trek. I ate, slept, and breathed it. My mother, oh gosh, she used to call it Star Trash. Because I drove her insane. How many of your parents do you drive insane with anime? You see, this is why I love you. This is why I know you so well. Because you guys have no clue. I got my mom to teach me how to, I want a longer cord, and here's one right here. Hold on. Where does this go? Oh, okay, this one. Here you go. Here you go. Blue, can you turn blue on? Yeah. Activate blue! Check. Bring it. Yeah. Come on, give me some more. Give me some more, baby. Come on. Okay, do I have more here? Down! The wrong one! There's a pile of cords right here. How painful. Oh, give me that. Give it up for her. Yeah. Yeah. Because it sounded better. Yeah. In ways that I can't describe. Yeah. We up? Go ahead. Check, yeah. Now I can go better. Hi, guys. Hello, Brid. So, what was it? Oh, yeah, Star Trek. I made my mom teach me to use the sewing machine so that I could make my own Star Trek costumes. And you know what? I was this big around when I was a little kid, and I thought I was Captain Kirk. I mean, I would make movies, home movies. I would build little sets out in the backyard, in the woods, and the worst thing of all, I would get my friends in the neighborhood, I would make them be in my movie. Like, you, Matt, you're Mr. Spock. He's like, why? Because you have dark hair and you're skinnier than me. You know, and I would make my friends, I would make them let me cut their hair like Mr. Spock, and I would glue ears on them, and I mean the whole works. I loved Star Trek. You know what I would do every day? I would come home from school, and I would take a cassette, a portable cassette player, and I would sit it in front of the television at 5 p.m., and I would watch and record the episode of Star Trek that day. This was like before there were even VCRs, okay? So we're talking way back. And then that night, I would go to sleep and I would slide the portable cassette player under my pillow and lay there and go to sleep listening to the Star Trek episode of the day. Henceforth, I memorized entire episodes verbatim. You know, I mean, I know that show, love the show. And even now, my mother has, at her house in Ocean City, Maryland, actually, we're very close to her. She was going to come up this weekend, but the snow wouldn't let her. But she has a trumpet case at the house that's divided into 3 sections, and it's got every cassette, every episode, all 79 of the original series still in it, with my little scribblings of the titles of the episodes on the cassette from a long time ago. So, I've always loved the original series of Star Trek. Never been much of a, like, any of the following series, didn't follow much, but the original series I loved. And so, let me just say that right now, I have become very involved in an online web series called Star Trek New Voyages. Really? Okay, let me just tell you, you guys, this is freaking cool. It's amazing, okay? These guys have come together, and they're guys like me who, when we were kids, loved Star Trek, and now we're grown-ups, and many of us are professionals in our fields, but we want to bring our professional skills to our, and blend them with our childhood love and make Star Trek. It's a continuation of the original series, so much so that, like, many of the episodes were written by the same people that wrote the original episodes. I mean, these are scripts that were just never produced because the show was canceled, but they're written by the same people, so the stories are really great. The sets, you guys, oh my God. This is spoken from somebody who knows this show. They are spot on, inch by inch, perfectly accurate to the original series. They've rebuilt the bridge, the transporter room, the sick bay, quarters. It's just amazing, and the special effects are off the chart. I mean, really good. The costumes, spot on perfection. Same fabric the originals were made of, everything. So I met these guys, and 2 years ago, I got to play a cameo in one of the episodes. I played the captain, an Andorian captain, so I was all blue with the white hair and the little antenna. It was awesome. But you know what? When I went up there to upstate New York, there were the studios in upstate New York, or the sound stage where all the sets are, I walked onto that bridge, and it was like I was 10 years old again. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you know, when you're a kid, you know, you see stuff like that, and you imagine it must exist somewhere, because, like, there's people on that set, and they're making this, but it's might as well be on Neptune, you know what I mean, because you're never going to see it. To walk onto that bridge and to stand there and look around, and it's like you're on the bridge of the Enterprise. And I walked down and sat down in the captain's chair. You guys, dude, it was off the charts. Made good friends with the people that run it. James Cawley is the guy that plays Captain Kirk, and he's kind of the executive producer. It's his show. So he and I are like brothers. I mean, we started throwing trivia back and forth at each other, and, you know, playing trivia games and stuff, because we were so, like, the same. When we were little, we had the same kind of fire and passion. Very much like you do for things. For anime and video games and stuff. So I played the Andorian, and then the following summer, they did an amazing episode called Katumba, which was about the Enterprise having to go to the Klingon home world, like get through all of the Klingon forces to get to the home world, to convince the Katumba, the emperor of the Klingon Empire, not to go to war with the Federation. Apparently, there was this evil warlord. The Katumba was a teenage boy, actually. He was a young boy who inherited it, and he was very ill-prepared to lead something like that. And there was this warlord behind him who was influencing him to wage war against the Federation. So the Enterprise had an emissary, a mentor, a teacher who used to be a very close confidant of the Katoomba, who basically defected in order to get to the Federation and say, look, there's this bad guy who's trying to talk our Katoomba into waging war. We don't want it. We can't win it. We've got to reach him and get him to stop. Not only did I play the role of the evil warlord Klingon, but I directed the episode. And it was so fun, you guys. It was amazing. I was making Star Trek. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable. You understand? Unbelievable. So then, so now coming up this summer, they do a new episode each year. This summer, in about 3-4 months, they're shooting a new episode. It's called Origins. It's a flashback episode where Kirk is a cadet in the Academy. It takes you back basically to show you how all the characters met, because it wasn't the way the movie said it. So this is our chance to kind of set the record straight. Canon, I mean, back to the canon of the way the show is designed. Well, guess who I'm playing this summer?
Kirk.
No, come on. I said Kirk is a cadet, not a grandpa. I only wish, I dream of that. No, I am playing George Kirk, Captain Kirk's father. I'm so excited, you guys. And then in the fall we'll be shooting another episode, and I'll be directing that one as well. So I've gotten plugged in with. Oh, let me tell you something else cool about this series. The production value is so high that they've had actors from the original series on the show. I mean, this is way beyond like a fan series, you know. I want you to check it out, by the way. StarTrekPhase2.com or StarTrekNewVoyages.com. They have 6 or 7 episodes that they've already completed, and they're available for free download. You don't have to pay to watch them. And check them out. George Takei did an amazing. He came back as Sulu. This is like Sulu, you know. Chekhov, Walter Koenig did a guest role. They have now had, I believe, 25 or 30 actors that were on the original series in either a guest role or something, play roles in their episodes. It's really cool. The episode that I played the Andorian in, the guest actress in that episode is a woman named Barbara Luna. Barbara Luna, how many of you know enough about the original series of Star Trek that you remember an episode called Mirror, Mirror, where there was a transporter malfunction and they ended up beaming onto this Enterprise where people like wore daggers, Spock had the goatee, and they advanced in rank by killing the guy above them? Remember the beautiful girl who was Kirk's cabin woman, Marlena? That was Barbara Luna. So she was the guest, the actress that was a special guest in that first episode I did. So Barbara and I hit it off, and it's just the coolest thing, you know. You're standing there talking and working with these people, and they were like part of the show, you know. And when I was your age, that was the biggest dream of all time, you know. So it's a really neat opportunity, and I'm very, very blessed and very thankful to be a part of it. So you guys check it out and get on their forums and tell them Vic sent you. Because I told them, I said, listen, you guys, I have a connection with the anime world, and anime fans like sci-fi, and sci-fi fans like anime. A lot of times, there's a lot of crossover there, and I'm going to tell them about New Voyages, and they're going to come, and they're going to raid and take over, and anime will rule.